Okay. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's so weird to say that. Today we're gonna talk about surfing. Surfing is like another world. It's very different than any other sport, and there's a lot to learn. I've been teaching surf lessons for as long as I can remember, and at different levels there's different advice for everybody. So that's kind of how I'm gonna go about this. I'm going to cover everything that I think is the most important, and I'm gonna cover it in kind of two categories of like beginner and then kind of intermediate. I'm not gonna go above my level because obviously I'm not gonna try to give advice to people that surf better than I do. I did get a few questions regarding like a level that's a bit higher than me, and for that I'm gonna refer to my boyfriend because yeah, he surfs like this. So I'm gonna go over the notes that I have of the top like most important things, and then I'm gonna touch back on some questions that I got on my Instagram question box. So the number one thing when it comes to surfing is gonna be equipment. If you're not on the right equipment, it's like trying to ride a bike without a wheel. If you're a beginner, the bigger the board, the better. As well as when you're intermediate, you still wanna have a bigger board. I know that you wanna look cool, I know you want a shortboard, but just it's not gonna help. It's not gonna help your progression. My number one recommendation in order to get the right equipment, if you live in Southern California, I think there's one on the East Coast as well, go to Surfboard Broker. Surfboard Broker, I've been working with them for quite some time now, and I don't know why they aren't worldwide. It is an amazing idea to repurpose surfboards and just to get people what they need at a cost that's reasonable. So Surfboard Broker is in Carlsbad. I'll put the link in the description if you want to go check it out if you are in San Diego. I don't know where the one in Florida is, but I will link their website and you can find location nearest to you. They will get you dialed. Like you walk in, obviously you tell them your height and weight, they kind of see you, they ask you your level of surfing, and they will get you on a board that will help you progress in surfing. So if you have no idea where to start with equipment, that's a great place to start. Getting an opinion from somebody who's more experienced is definitely highly recommended. Let go of wanting to look cool, or like that will hinder you so much if you're on a board that is not allowing you to progress. So like I said, bigger is better. If you are very beginner, have only stood up or surfed a few times, I'm gonna recommend this board. You can get it at Costco. That's what I teach all my lessons on to beginners. And as you progress from there, you're still gonna wanna stay on a bigger board, but maybe it's gonna look something more like this. That is just gonna help you because the bigger the board, the more waves you can catch. The more waves you can catch, the faster you can progress. So definitely bigger is better. And lastly, you're gonna wanna learn surf etiquette. I'm not gonna go into that in this video. There's probably some other videos on this platform where you can learn about surf etiquette, but that is so important because you do not want to show up at a break where it's a difficult wave and the level is really high and you're in there getting in everyone's way, and it's pretty dangerous. It's pretty dangerous. That is gonna be huge. Go with a surf buddy, go with somebody who either knows what they're doing, or go with a friend who also doesn't really know very much. It's very helpful to go with somebody, not only to motivate you to get out there, you have more fun, just helps a lot. Number two is progression. What helped me progress and what I recommend for you depending on your level. So in order to progress, I think it's pretty important to surf different waves, because the way of progressing in surfing is not linear. It's like you might learn a lot really quick and then you might plateau for a really long time, and then you'll learn a lot, and then you'll plateau, and then something will click, and then it's a really long process to progress in surfing. So all you can do is stay consistent and go as much as you can, surf different waves, because not every wave is going to be the same, and learning how to read the wave is so important. So the only way of doing that is having experience, being in the water as much as you can. If you stick to one wave, you might get really good at that one wave and going only left, going only right. Then you're gonna travel somewhere and it's only gonna be lefts, and you're gonna be like, oh God, what do I do? Cross training, the stronger, the more agile, the more mobile you are, the better you're preventing injuries and you can move better on a surfboard. And lastly, filming. Filming is so huge. Filming helped me so much. Like, I wish I grew up having somebody film me every day. So crucial to see what you're doing on a surfboard. To have somebody telling you, oh, see how your arm's up here? It should really be down here. That is huge when it comes to progressing. Not so much for a beginner level. This is where the separation kind of comes in. If you're a beginner, you don't really need to be filmed. You just need time in the water and maybe somebody out there with you. Whereas if you're intermediate, you can stand up, you can go down the line. You're wanting to make it to that next level of maybe generating speed or doing turns. That's when video analysis is going to be very crucial. And the things that helped me best was definitely traveling. I didn't really start to see improvements until I traveled to better waves. Surfing with better people. When you surf and you're around people that are gonna push you and you can watch them, you can learn from them, definitely helps you progress. So recap what we've been over so far is equipment, get the right board, get bigger is better. Your goal is to catch a lot of waves and surf a lot of different waves. Stay consistent, surf as much as you can, and try cross training, and I would recommend filming. So third, I wanted to talk about the forecast and trying to understand what waves are going to be best for you. This really comes with time. Learning how to read a forecast, learning about waves is a whole nother topic that I could go into, but this video is going to be super long if I try to do that. It comes down to why a wave breaks, how a wave breaks, what makes the wave break, the tides, the swell, the period, the wind, all of that has influence on the spot that you're surfing. I would recommend maybe getting a surf forecast app. There's so many out there. Surfline, Surf Forecast, Wind Guru, Windy, Magic Seaweed, like the list is very long, but you can't really go wrong with Surfline. Like I said, this is a whole nother video, so I don't want to go too in depth in detail, but I would definitely recommend learning about how to read a forecast. Definitely the spot that you surf at is going to be crucial, and especially because, like I said, if you don't know etiquette and you're getting in people's way, like that can be very dangerous and you can piss a lot of people off. So definitely ask somebody who can help you pick a better spot for your level, and get familiar with the forecast. Keep looking at it every day, all the time. I mean, it's a lot of data to retain, so get familiar with reading a forecast. So that's everything that I have on my list of like the most important things. So we have equipment, we have how to progress, we have surf spots, and choosing the proper surf spot for your level. I quickly want to touch on my equipment and how I progressed through surfing, so that you can kind of see how it would trend. So I started when I was very young on a foam board, just like this one. And then when I learned, I was really young, but then I didn't start surfing pretty seriously until middle school, I would say. And that's when I started riding this board. So as you can see, it's a hard board, so it's a bit more like wobbly than a foam board, but it's still a step up, a step down in size, but a step up in progression. It's like a long board, it's a short long board that kind of surfs like a short board, so I can put the rail in the water, I can move the board a bit, see what that feels like. So I started surfing this. And then shortly after that, I got some hand-me-downs from my brothers, and I think I was actually surfing like my dad's shortboard at one point because it's got a lot of volume. Like I said, the bigger the better. So thicker thicker the board, the easier it is to catch the wave. The longer the board, the better when you're learning. So I started riding that just to get the feel for a shortboard, and then I started riding my brother's old shortboards. So that's when I could actually surf. I could go down the line. I could kind of do little turns. And then I got my first board sponsor thanks to a neighbor of mine who had some connections. And not long after that, just started traveling and progressing. And then I got in touch with Surfboard Broker and been riding with them ever since. It gave me the opportunity to try a lot of different shapers, Paisel, Glen Pang, and DHD, and Surf Prescriptions. Like, I've had so many good boards from them. All my magic boards have been from Surfboard Broker. And from there, I got connected with Ghost Shapes, which I am going home in a week or two to pick up my new boards. And I think I'm gonna do a little vlog on that. So let me know if you wanna see that. But thank you massively to Surfboard Broker, because that progressed my surfing a lot, just getting to try a bunch of different boards. So that's the progression typically you would go through when you're progressing through surfing. Let's move on to the questions. So the first question I received was, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. One thing I remember a surf pro telling me. Do I agree? Thank you for the question, Julia Roth. I do agree. When you're trying to generate speed and channel that speed into your turns, and not only generate speed, but carry that speed throughout your whole wave, I definitely would agree that slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Yeah, I would agree. As you understand when to bend, when to extend your knees, and how to push on a wave and on the rail of your board, it generally, the smoother, like, the better you carry your speed throughout the wave. So yes, that will make you surf a bit faster, carry the speed, and look prettier and look more smooth. Biggest obstacle that affects progression in surfing is improper equipment and understanding how to read waves. All right, when should I start on a shortboard? I'm comfortable on a 7.0 right now. Should I start on a shortboard? I think that you can progress to a smaller board when you feel comfortable is good, but what you're gonna wanna do is maybe get a smaller board, take it out surfing. You're gonna understand that it's a lot harder to catch the waves, and the board's gonna feel a lot wobblier, so you're gonna feel like you're going backwards. Like, you're gonna be like, why can't I catch or stand up on this wave? And oh my god, this sun is going crazy. So I think if you're comfortable on a 7.0, I think it's acceptable to get a smaller board and start trying that out. It's going to be frustrating at first, but I definitely think that it's a good idea to continue to challenge yourself and try a smaller board. But don't go too small. Like I said, go to somebody who knows what they're talking about. Go to Surfboard Broker, ask your shaper, ask a local at the surf shop that you go to. How to progress. How often should I go out? Suit options, all the things. Okay, so I kind of covered how to progress. How often should you go out? Honestly, as much as you possibly can. Every session you have, you're going to be progressing in some way. Even if you paddle the entire session, because maybe it's a bit big, your paddle strength is improving. So, which you're going to need. You're always going to need paddle strength. So no session is a waste. Suit options. So the surfing industry from the outside can seem like it's run by 4 main brands. You have Hurley, Rip Curl, Billabong, Rocks, like Quicksilver. You have all of these big name brands, and they're all that you see in the surf shop. They're all that you see in the billboards. Now, these companies have good wetsuits and they will do the job. But if you're looking for a higher quality suit that will last longer, keep you warmer, and might be a bit more affordable, I recommend checking out Epic Tide. This is the wetsuit company that I ride for. They're a brand new company. They have one of the highest quality wetsuits on the market, so it's so hard for them to break through with the competition of, you know, all those big names. Nobody knows this name, so why would they buy it? But Alana Blanchard wore rip curl, so I want to wear rip curl. Doesn't matter. Just get a good quality suit that's affordable, that's going to last you a long time. Check it out. What is usual progress? What should I be able to do in 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year? Well, I don't know how to say your name, I'm sorry. That's going to be different for everybody. The more you surf, the quicker you'll progress. If you surf in very good waves, you will progress very quickly. For example, I had a friend who her level was not very high, and she just moved to Indonesia and she progressed really quickly. So being in very good waves that are consistently good will definitely help you progress quicker, but there is no typical rate at which people progress in surfing. How do you avoid getting pummeled? I love this one. You don't. Getting pummeled it has to be accepted, and it has to be fun, and you have to relax, and it's part of surfing. Honestly, I have my best sessions when I'm a bit scared and it's a bit big and I paddle out and my first wave is a total and complete wipeout. That's when I have my best sessions. Just because you get it over with. You're like, oh, that wasn't that bad. So you don't avoid getting pummeled, I'm sorry. Speed and turns. I'm not sure what that question is. When you take off on a wave, your bottom turn is really important. It's gonna set up the entire wave to carry that speed throughout the rest of the wave. Doing turns is definitely going to be a mechanical thing, how you surf. If your mechanics are good, you can progress really quickly. That's when the filming aspect of it comes into play. Watching yourself on film, making sure your arms are in the right place, you're compressing and decompressing at the right time. That covered that because I don't really know what that question is. Do you have some tips for airs? I wish I did, but my boyfriend does, so let's ask him.
No, I'm gonna do the whole thing again.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Yeah, I know, but when you stand up on the wave, you wanna get as much speed as you can. Then try to time the section really well. A lot of speed. Time it right with the section. And third, look where you're going and where you want to land.
Second to last question, what helped you the most to improve your turns to become more radical? Thank you. Thank you for the question. For me, I think my turns really improved when I started surfing better waves and I started watching myself on film and I got stronger in the gym. How do you spot a set coming? That's again gonna come with time, being in the water, putting in the time in to understand what the ocean looks like, understand what a wave looks like, where it's gonna break, everything like that. So yeah, that concludes all the questions. Thank you guys for asking me those. So I hope this was very helpful and I hope you are motivated to continue to push yourself in surfing, and feel free to DM me any extra questions or anything that I might have missed. I'm happy to answer you back personally. With that being said, thank you for once again coming to my channel. I'm open to suggestions on any other videos you guys want to see. I want to share more surfing and more days in the life and more fun content for you guys. But at the moment, the waves here in Portugal are big mess, but I will be traveling soon, so hopefully I can bring you guys some really nice cool content very shortly, and I hope you have a beautiful day. Thank you so much. See you soon.